Okay, so we are getting closer to the part where we'll be talking about how to make money with cryptocurrency. So I don't know if I've been able to help you so far in the journey. But if I have been able to help you in the journey, I think you will do good to do such to another friend by either sharing this video with them, or you can take a fellow and then you can actually teach them what you know by the time you end this course. If you do that, if you have an experience, maybe Christian experience or certain amount of knowledge, or you know something that could be very helpful to people, why not share it with people and make their life better? Just like I'm doing. I told you, I'm not charging you a course. There are people who are going to charge this course for $700. But it's not everything that is equal. So I'm trying to bring this things to you. So the good you could do is either you share this video with others, or you take them and you teach them. Please never eat alone. Okay, let's talk about cryptocurrencies best practices. So we're talking about security and the other stuff. One of the things you have to know is it is not enough to build. While you build, you must also watch what you are building, because there are certain forces or elements that are ready to undo your doings, that are ready to undo your hard work or labor, and are ready to steal from you that which is precious, or that which you've been building for years. So you want to be very careful with security. You want to make security an utmost concern. So the first thing I want to talk about is the personal issues, which is called your mouth. Now you might be saying, okay, why are you saying my mouth? Yeah, there are people that says, hey, I have such amount of Bitcoin and the rest of them. Or maybe you're trying to talk to someone and the person is saying, okay, you now you are teaching me, how much have you made with Bitcoin? Listen, if the person cannot listen to you, and what you are giving to the person, you see, most of the times, if you pay for a course, you will not bother to ask the person himself. But sometimes what is offered for free, that which you are giving to your friend for free, is most times it's being abused. And they're asking you, okay, show me your account. How much have you made with Bitcoin so far? The question is, of what use is that? Of what help does that bring to you? In the book called The Pursuit of Happiness, I think, I forgot the guy's name, but the guy was basically someone who was sleeping in some bathtubs and in some public toilet and the rest of them, public restroom with his kid, and takes the kid up every morning and takes the kid to school and is in the streets walking and comes back and sleep there and the rest of them. One day he saw a guy with a very nice guy, and he went to him and said, sir, can you teach me? He said, what are you doing for a living? And can you teach me what you're doing? And the guy just gave him, he kind of picked interest in him and just gave him his complimentary card and said, okay, you come and send me your such and such date. That was how he came. He saw this guy, and the guy was able to teach him. And he was a stockbroker. He taught him everything about stock brokerage, how to go about it. And this guy not only learned stock brokerage, he also went and took a course on stock brokerage. And he worked for this company. After a while, he went to open his company. And after some years, he sold the company for, I think, $50 million. And he was living his life. So if he had asked this guy, how much are you making? The question is, okay, I'm making such and such amount of money. Is he going to teach this guy what he's doing? That is how people miss out in life. So the best practice of cryptocurrency, you want to keep your mouth shut, because you don't want someone to come tomorrow and point a gun at you and say, hey, send me all your Bitcoin. you want to be very, very careful, because there will be online attacks from hackers, even up to physical criminals. So you want to be very, very careful. Will you go about telling people that, hey, I have such and such amount of money in my account? Will you go about telling people? Well, keep quiet. The second thing again is the hardware versus the software. So you want to ensure that you have, though some certain software may claim to help you store your coins and the rest of them, but the hardware, it has some problems, or the way some of the operating systems were designed has some problems, and that's why you have to be patching it every time, upgrading it, updating it, and whatsoever. And there are certain wallets you can actually buy. Trezor wallet, the link is below if you want to buy through the link. And then you have maybe Nano Ledger if you want to still buy with Nano Ledger. And then they talk about the issues of the Google two-factor authentication. You want to ensure that when you are logging into a website, you have this Google two-factor authentication. You can download the app on your phone, and every time you're authorizing transactions. And then you want to ensure if you are creating accounts on different platforms and the rest of them, you are having at least maybe 2 or 3 emails, and make sure all these different platforms have different passwords, so that you don't know what happens, because some of these services, like centralized exchanges or whatsoever, they have a repository, that is, they have a kind of account, a kind of place where they keep all your keys, your password, and whatsoever. And someone might get access to them and say, okay, let me try this guy. He has such amount. Well, let me try if he has an account such and such service. And by the time they log in, they say, wow, they may steal from it. So you want to be very, very careful that you keep Google 2FA and multiple emails and password. And then you want to avoid public Wi-Fi. Maybe Wi-Fi at the airport or at the bus stations or whatsoever. You want to avoid anything called public Wi-Fi. Why? Because they may not actually hack into the system, but such Wi-Fis are actually the good points of attack for hackers. And you don't want to be the person who will partake in such attacks. And then you want to avoid free websites that give you free stores, maybe free movies or whatsoever, free software. You want to avoid such websites because some malicious software or malware can actually get into your system and may do certain damage that may be too cost for you. And then you want to avoid investing with unknown individuals. You don't want to invest, because we'll be talking about ICO soon. You don't want to invest in a project or anything in cryptocurrency, or you don't want to buy something. Maybe you see your website and you say, this website sells Bitcoin. Okay, I want to buy Bitcoin, or you can sell your Bitcoin to them. No, you don't want to invest with unknown individuals. And then the 8th thing is you want to invest in knowledge. It's a very big practice. You want to invest in your knowledge. You want to listen to this course all over. Sometimes maybe you might be wondering, okay, is it you've not yet talked about the money aspect, and you're like, oh, I'm very, very impatient. I want to learn about money and the rest of them. Yeah, you could skip all this video and move to the money aspect, but it's very good you have knowledge and money. And then the 9th thing is, again, you want to know who you listen to. YouTube is a very good place. Google is a very good place. Everybody puts information there, but what people fail to realize is that YouTube, the only censorship that is done most times is when someone puts content that maybe are very inappropriate for a certain audience, or for political reasons or whatsoever. Someone is trying to incite hate or violence in people. These are really content that have been audited most times, but most times someone can just pick up a microphone, take a computer or take a camera and say whatever they like, and So you want to be very, very careful who you listen to. And then the 10th thing again is you want to be very, very careful with the issues of greed and impatience and lies. Because when you come into the crypto space, it's whether you have knowledge or not, you will make money. But you want to be very careful. You want to have the right knowledge that we're able to identify greed, that we're able to identify issues of impatience, and they're able to help you fight against lies. And then the 11th thing again, you want to avoid the free lunch. And the 12th thing in this space is you want to avoid courses. Yeah, you see on Facebook, someone says, how I made $500,000 in 1 year with cryptocurrency. You're like, what? So you made $500,000? You're like, no, I don't believe this guy. And after browsing, after some days, you see another guy says, I made $1 million in cryptocurrency. So what is going on? And then another person says, how I made X amount of money, Y amount of money. And like, you see, I'm going to explain this to you. I know a little about psychology. But there are people. That is why when you want to open a company and you want to do business, especially with the public, what you need most times, maybe you are a kind of person who is tech savvy. Maybe you're a programmer, for example. And maybe you want to design software. Now, and you want that software to sell, that you'll be able to make money off it. You're not going to bring in everybody in your team is not going to be a programmer. If everybody in your team is a programmer, do wifi. You want to bring in people who are in the business side, people who understand marketing. You want to bring in psychologists into the system, people who understand human nature. You want to bring in people from different walks of life, from law to, you want to bring in. Because if you don't get it right, it's going to be a tragedy. So the psychology is basically, there are certain things that appease to humans, like what they call incentives. It's normally true when you tell someone that help me do something, and you tell that same fellow another time that help me do something, this is the reward for doing this stuff. The reactions are different. I'm not saying this, I'm not generalizing it, but it's almost like 70% chances there are people who will not do something if you give them money. If it's not from their hearts, they won't do it. But there are people, if you don't give them a certain reward, maybe you promise them a certain privilege, or you promise them a certain amount of money, they won't do anything. So people understand that, or they want to capitalize on that. And then another thing again with psychology is, people know everybody wants money. There are people who are in debt. There are people who need money to pay school fees. There are people who need money to marry. They need the money to take care of their family or whatsoever. And that is when you see people pop it out and you say, wow, you can make money with this. So guys, I'm telling you all this. Please avoid any type of course. If the person knows what they were doing, let them offer it at a very, very low cost or free. The person must have a profile. The person must have a profile. The person must have a profile, a flawless profile. So the person has been in the space for a while. You already know the person. The person is not the person who's always clamoring for money. You can actually buy such a person's course. But if you buy someone's course who does not even know what they are doing, you will be too disastrous. This course, by the end of the course, you should be able to have a feedback if this course was actually worth your time, because there is no money attached to this course. So if it's worth your time, you share it with other people and do have a very good day.